I got it working. I got it working. This is Mo Tuesday 13 here to give you the Fallout 3 review before these super mutants take us out. And I don't have a lot of time, so we're gonna have to do this quick. 20 minutes. That'll give me enough time to set up defenses. I'm gonna take these bastards out. You have to be with me. You have to be with me. Let's do this. If you need to know the objectives about this mission, I'll give them to you right now. This is the Fallout 3 review. Here we go. Well, the first thing you do when you turn on the game, of course, look at the graphics. Now, compared to the graphics for this and the last one they made for Oblivion, the graphics are a major upgrade in this game. I mean, I thought Oblivion looked good, and then I played this game, and it just blew my mind. I cannot wait for the Elder Scrolls V, because in one place in this game, it's called the Oasis. If you ever go there, it pretty much looks exactly like the whole Oblivion field would look, and it looks marvelous, because there's not a lot of greenery in this game, so when you do see it, you are blown away by it, because it's freaking amazing. So the graphics in this game are excellent. They're not like Metal Gear Solid 4, it's just like an overall graphical. So you have good facial expressions, good voice acting, things move when you hit them, just like Oblivion. So yeah, it's pretty much the same in that aspect. The graphics are good. You have the sky, you have the visuals. It's a pretty overall good graphical game. There's not that many spikes in textures and all that thing, so you're pretty good on that. Next we have is the environment. Now, of course, this is a post-apocalyptic world. Mutants running around, death claws, freaking rabid dogs and animals and insects mutated by the diseases and all the radiation that's going around. So yeah, the environment is pretty bleak. You hardly have any greenery. It's pretty much a desert wasteland filled with destroyed buildings and refugee areas where people try to survive this whole plague. Well, there are some people that are screwing you over because they have like high grade, excellent places, well defended, but they don't let anybody in except for the entrepreneurs, the fucking 10-penny tower. Oh well, you have to do some horrible shit to get there, so I guess that's the only way to get in, but you'll find that out when you play it. But overall, the environment is pretty sound. It doesn't get boring because there's a lot of places you can go, just like Oblivion. You can do a lot of missions in different places. There's like laundromat, there's like not laundromats, supermarkets, there's robo factories, there's houses, there's other places you can go to. It's a pretty good game for environmental. As for the controls, now the controls, they might take a little bit of a learning curve on them because there's a lot of things you have to do. I mean, it is like Oblivion, but it's also a shooter, so there's this thing called bats, and like I believe it's the R1 button or the R2 button, or one of those buttons. I haven't played in a while, so but it's one of those buttons, it's one of the trigger buttons, and you go into this mode where you can actually aim for people's limbs, head, torso. So I mean, you can get some pretty accurate shots in there, and if you spec into it with the perks, we'll get into that later, you can actually do some serious damage or even like explode people on one shot. It's pretty fucking amazing. So the controls are pretty easy to learn. It's not that hard. You'll get down to it. It's just pretty much like any other game. I mean, there's always a learning curve, but this one's not that hard. It's not like Assassin's Creed or something like that. Now for the gameplay. Now gameplay, like I said, is the reason why you want to play this game. Not so much the story, but more so the gameplay. The gameplay is solid. It's pretty much Oblivion with a first-person shooter feel, and that is excellent. It has great things you can do for everything. The quests, you can, just like Oblivion, you don't have to go to the quest you want to do. You can pretty much do anything you want to. You can go help people. You can not help people, because there is the evil and good thing in here, so you have to worry about. So are you going to be the people's hope? Are you going to be the one to lead them to a great new future? Or are you going to be the one that's going to take advantage of the situation and just pretty much own everybody you come in contact to? Be an asshole and just walk all over people. Now, the first time I went through, of course, you have to be good. I was good. But now, I'm going through as an evil. And of course, being evil, you have to have the most badass sayings and doings of all time. So, yeah, I did blow up that place. I mean, sure, they helped me the first time. They gave me a room and all that stuff, but it was just so much easier to just waste them. Sure, one person did survive, but then again, I don't know how the hell she did survive, so that was kind of weird. But overall, the gameplay in this game is excellent. They won't leave you boring. It won't leave you bored. And you can pretty much go anywhere you want from the very beginning of the game once you get out the vault. Once you like pass that whole organization startup. It was a pretty original startup, I'm not gonna lie. We'll get into that in a second. But yeah, once you get out, you don't even have to go to the main town you're supposed to go to. You can actually just walk off and go somewhere else. I mean, the game is open to you. You can do whatever you want to do. It's just how far do you want to take it. Now, as for the story I thought was pretty lacking in this. I mean, the story itself is not that long. It's probably about maybe 12 hours, maybe. I'm not even sure because I was doing a lot of other stuff before actually going to the main missions, and yeah, I didn't think that it was as large as it was in Oblivion. I mean, Oblivion had a major scheme of the story, and this one just seemed lacking. I mean, sure, there was something you had to do, something you had to accomplish, but it just wasn't as good as Oblivion. But let me give you the start. You begin in the vault, and this is a place that was protected from the fallout, and they're locked in there. They stay in the vault, they live in the vault, and they die in the vault, and all the other bullshit. But you break out of there because of some crazy ish that your father starts, and you're just like, yeah, I'm not gonna take the heat for this. So you're out, and you go into the world of the Fallout 3, and as soon as you out, boom, sure, graphics is great, but everything is bleak. First thing, you just walk down, you see a broken car, destroyed, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? What the hell happened out here? Nobody knows. You only get bits and pieces of information of the whole story of Fallout. Don't know what happened. Maybe they explain in the downloadable contents, which 360 and PC have. The PlayStation 3 doesn't have it, so if you're looking for extra stuff to play after you play the game, get the 360 or PC versions, because the PlayStation 3, I don't think, has it right now, or if they're ever going to get it. Who knows? But overall, this game gets, I would say, a 9. It was still lacking in a lot of points, and one of the major points being that once you finish the game, you can't go back to playing it. It's just completely over. I know they fixed that in the downloadable contents, but still, when I got this game, I thought I was going to be able to pull an Oblivion, but they didn't let you pull an Oblivion, and I was kind of mad about that. But we have to give it to them for what they gave us. It was an excellent game. Pretty much deserved all the praise that it got. So if you don't own it, pick it up. It's one of the great ones. 9 out of 10. It has its moments. It has its hilarities. And you'll have a good time playing it. Well, I don't have much time left. These super mutants are starting to get closer. Oh, there goes Jim. Damn. Oh, Melissa, damn. Alright, they're coming here. I just lost 2 of my guards, so I'm pretty much over right here. I don't even know how I got this camera working. I mean, we only usually had audio devices, and I just found this camera and I got it to work, so we gotta get the hell out of here. Is that a Deathclaw? Son of a bitch!